Hello, legendary leaders, and welcome back to another enlightening episode of LLB with Fatah Khan. I'm your host, Fatah Khan, and today we are going to cover an important topic: future ready leadership, adapting to change. How do you become future ready leader and start adapting to change? Today, I'm going to share with you 8 powerful steps that you can implement so that you can become a future ready leader. What are these 8 steps? Step number one is embrace change as the new normal. Now, we all need to understand this as future ready leaders. We don't just accept the change, we embrace the change and we understand that it is the constant companion that's going to be there with us and make it as the new normal. Cultivate a mindset that sees every shift as an opportunity for us to grow and then keep the organization growing. Number two is foster a continuous learning environment. In a world that's evolving, as a future ready leader, you need to be continuously learning, because if you are not learning, then you are not growing. So, as somebody has rightly said, I think it was Tony Robbins said, right? If you are not growing, then you are dying. Right? Because you need to, as a human being, you need to continue to grow. And how do you continue to grow? When you are continuously learning. Because any leader, if you see, who is future ready, who understands the future in terms of technology and everything. I still remember listening recently about Warren Buffett. Right, Warren Buffett, when he started on his businesses, he actually started becoming future ready by actually adapting and understanding how computers work, how internet works. Right, though it was not his core field, but he started learning about it so that he is future ready. He went to an extent to not only understand the computers and the internet and all, but then he also invested in learning communication and public speaking skills so that he can communicate well, so that as a leader, people can accept him. So think of this: when somebody who is already like successful continues to learn, and Warren Buffett is known to be an avid book reader who continues to learn, because that is where his repository of knowledge comes from. That is where his answers come from. If you see him on any platform, you ask him any question, he tells it with such grace, because he has a lot of knowledge that he has acquired through continuous learning. So that's step number two. What is step number three? Step number three is develop agile decision making skills. Future ready leaders need to have the decision making skills. They need to be able to navigate uncertainty with agility. Today we understand that it is always about adaptability and agility. We see even in software a lot of things that are happening agile, right? So you need to be able to do that. And then number four is cultivate innovation and creativity. Now, as a leader, it's important for you to understand that you need to cultivate innovation and creativity. What do I mean by that? You need to create an atmosphere, you need to create the culture where people can innovate, people can share ideas. Like best organizations are known to build idea banks, right? Where anybody and everybody from the team has the opportunity to share the idea, and they actually capture the ideas in form of an idea bank. And the best part is they do not put any ideas down. If you see the best organizations, right, they are ready to actually take risk and try new things. They are ready to do research, because that is how they grow fast. And in that, one of the important things or the important steps they follow is they create a culture where it is all about innovation. And the best part is they might go ahead and argue and debate about any ideas that are coming from others, but they do not put that down without actually having the right kind of conversation. So every idea is welcome, and then there's a process where they filter those ideas and they ensure that innovation is taken care, and innovation is the way for growth of any organization. If you see, without innovation, you cannot take a company like from level A to level B or level C to level D. Innovation is important for any company to change. And let me help you understand. In today's world, it's not about invention, right? Don't get so busy in inventing, because invention, of course, takes time. For example, Thomas Alva Edison invented, right? Then we have many other inventions, like somebody invented aeroplane, somebody invented computer. You don't have to start inventing, because that will take huge time. But as a great leader, you need to innovate. How do you innovate? How do you innovate? Just look for some other great leaders whom you are inspired by. look at what are the best practices from these great leaders and what are the best practices that the best companies make. Take ideas from there and then bring your own thought process and bring your perspective, and you can implement those best practices in your organization, in your team, right? So that's where you innovate, where you don't have to invent, because invention always takes a lot of time, whereas innovation is taking less time, and innovation is the way to growth. So that's step number four. What is step number five? Step number five is build resilient teams. Now, as a leader, you need to be resilient because you need to know how to handle setbacks, right? How to actually fire even after going through challenges and pain. But what you need to do is you cannot be alone with that kind of character and mindset. You need to build your teams and prepare your teams to be resilient so that they are able to adapt to change and they can fight back and then can come up again even after challenges. Then comes step number six. Step number six is embody transparent and authentic leadership. What do I mean by that? As a leader, you need to be authentic. See, authority comes later, authenticity comes first, right? And you need to be transparent, because only when you have transparency, then you can build trust within your team and organization. And then comes step number seven. Step number seven is foster diversity and inclusion. See, it's important for us to understand why diversity and inclusion is brought up many a times in each and every organization. And it's important for us to understand that diversity and inclusion in any organization is not only about diversity in terms of gender. Like, it's not just about like male, female, have the equal ratio. No, it's not even about the age group. Like, have people from like younger generation plus also elder generation. It's not even about the age group. Yes, of course, those are also the part of diversion, but foster diversity and inclusion means a lot. Diversity and inclusion in terms of even the thought process, diversity and inclusion even in terms of like people coming from various experiences, various backgrounds, right? So that's diversity and inclusion, where you bring diverse perspectives, and that will actually help you to innovate, because only when you have different perspectives coming from different people, only then you can actually innovate and grow. And then comes step number eight: anticipate trends and stay proactive. Now, all future ready leaders, they understand the trend and they also anticipate what is the trend that is coming up. Like, if you remember any companies, right, the best companies, like I can think of the future leader who is always future ready, and this person has shown how somebody understands the trends and how they are actually operating in the marketplace. I'm talking about Elon Musk. Elon Musk was always looking at what is the future looking like, right? And he actually went ahead and did things where people felt, oh my God, this guy is crazy. He does not understand, right? And he's investing and he's doing something which may not be practical or real. But he was already reading the trends, he was understanding the trends, and that is how he actually started investing and he started in terms of like building his business. So that is where, as leaders, if you have to be future ready, you need to start understanding the trends. If you see any leaders for that matter, even if you talk about the recent example I was talking about, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, if you see, is always a future ready leader. He understands the trends. He always looks for what are the future trends. Of course, there is certain way of operating that he follows. Like, I still remember when I was listening to the way of Warren Buffett operates in one of the books. One of the best things I understood was Warren Buffett. He understands all the trends from different industries, like especially the technology boom that happened. Right? He understood all the trend, but he was very clear where he wants to invest. He invested only in places where he was confident and he knew that I know this subject well, right? So, but then, is it important for you to understand the trend? Yes, of course. You understand the trend, you can take actions accordingly. So, as future ready leaders, if you have to like be able to grow and be like growing the organization as well, you need to understand these eight steps that I shared. Because if you all remember, like if we all need to remember, in the landscape of leadership, right, which is like where change is constant, change is always happening all the time, the ability to adapt makes you actually the true leader, makes you actually the legendary leader. Because as you embrace the challenges of tomorrow, the best way, somebody said, is to predict the future. Instead of predicting the future, is to create it. right? That's the best way. And I hope these 8 steps will help you to actually be future ready as a leader and help you grow and create your influence. So thank you for watching this episode and being with me. Until the next episode, stay safe, stay blessed, keep leading with purpose and impact. Stay inspired, stay influential. Thank you so much.